What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jon Moxley showing up at New Japan Pro Wrestling, a former WWE superstar tests positive for coronavirus, Paige in trouble with the WWE, Goldberg's WrestleMania 37 opponent revealed, Seth Rollins' unusual tribute to Brodie Lee, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the first story. Now, our first story looks at former WWE superstar Sin Cara having coronavirus. Now, another wrestler has tested positive for the coronavirus, this time luchador sensation Luis Ignacio Rive Alverde, who worked in the WWE as the original Sin Cara and prior to that as Místico in Lucha Libre. He's now working as Carístico. He issued a statement via Instagram, translated from Spanish, informing his fans on his current condition. There wasn't a worse way that I could say bye to the year other than testing positive for COVID-19. Hopefully these discomforts end soon. God bless you all and take care of yourselves. My friends, this is crazy. Bags under my eyes, headaches, my bones hurt, chills, weight loss. I want to say to all of my friends who are checking up on me that I am well. And to my family, I love you for supporting me always, but I will say that I'm scared knowing that this virus has killed many people and is now in my body, but I'm a fighter and it will not defeat me. It'll be one more challenge in my life, a fight versus COVID-19. WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley recently announced he tested positive for the coronavirus, and as always, we extend our wishes for a full and fast recovery to everyone dealing with the virus. Next up, Paige in trouble with WWE. A former WWE superstar, Paige may be on thin ice with the WWE when it comes to her Twitch stream. Not that long ago, the WWE released Zelina Vega, with many believing that the talented superstar's release was due to her refusal to turn over her Twitch stream to the WWE so they could profit from it. Also, her talk of wrestlers joining a union is also believed to have played a part in her dismissal. The WWE has given its wrestlers and other talents such as Paige the option of deactivating their Twitch stream or turning it over to the promotion. However, Paige continues to defy the WWE's edict, and PW Insider is reporting the WWE continues to pressure her about following its order. Paige has been vocal about her refusal to give up the Twitch stream, and could this obstinance lead to her becoming the latest casualty of the WWE's "what's yours is mine and mine is mine" policy when it comes to its wrestlers? If Paige is released, the big question will be whether the outspoken talent takes any legal action against the WWE. Next up, Jon Moxley appears at Wrestle Kingdom 15. Current IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley returned to New Japan Pro Wrestling at its big Wrestle Kingdom 15 event, appearing in a video message and directing his attention to being back in New Japan. The champion issued the following message before the match between Kenta and Satoshi Kojima to determine his next challenger. Many men have vied for that US title contract. They all thought they would get off easy. They all hoped and prayed that the United States Heavyweight Champion would never return. But I'm the boogeyman, and I will get you eventually. So whoever walks out of the Tokyo Dome with that contract, make no mistake about it, I'm coming for you. At this point, there's no confirmation on when Moxley will defend the title against Kenta, who won the match. The pandemic is still a major factor when it comes to international travel, despite the vaccine being distributed. However, Moxley's appearance at Wrestle Kingdom 15 gives some hope that the former AEW World Champion will be back in Japan sooner rather than later. At the same time, there's no indication that Moxley's appearance in New Japan indicates any change in the frosty relationship between New Japan and AEW, a relationship that AEW had hoped to build into a talent exchange. Next up, Goldberg's WrestleMania 37 opponent revealed. Our fans are wondering whether Bill Goldberg will compete at WrestleMania 37, and now there are rumors that WWE has a big opponent planned for the WWE Hall of Famer. The Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting right now it would look like Bryan and Goldberg would be the top contenders for the Reigns match at Mania. Bryan gives you the better match and Goldberg gives him the more mainstream interest, which is kinda sad when you bring in a guy whose prime year would be 23 years earlier instead of having a series of challenges ready that people should care about more because of being current. The WWE seems to have set the stage for a Goldberg vs Roman Reigns showdown. The two were scheduled to square off at WrestleMania 36 until the pandemic struck, leading to Roman Reigns taking time off until he was certain of his family's safety. Goldberg appeared on the bump last December and aimed some trash talk at the Tribal Chief. I would say that is one of the most mild understatements that I have ever heard. He backed out on me at WrestleMania, he stole my move, God knows how long ago, and he continues to perform it at a subpar level. Let's be perfectly honest, I'm the dude that delivers the spear, and I don't think that he understands what it's like until I deliver one to him. With The Rock apparently unavailable to wrestle Roman Reigns, Goldberg is looking more likely as an opponent, even though he's an infrequent competitor in the WWE. It also gives us chills to think that Goldberg will be the one to win the Royal Rumble and then go on to WrestleMania to face Reigns. I think WWE's glad they're in a pandemic because that would receive major boos. Dave Meltzer might be right about the WWE's failure in having a top challenger from Reigns from its current roster. However, Bill Goldberg is a prestigious superstar who the WWE brings out whenever it has a special event such as WrestleMania or its Saudi Arabia Super Shows, so it's no surprise they want him for this year's showcase of the Immortals. Short-sighted booking? Well, yeah, but it's been the WWE way for some time, particularly at shows like WrestleMania that draw in more casual fans than other shows. The problem, of course, is that any casual or lapsed fan who sees Goldberg at the WWE show of shows will have a long wait in seeing him on regular television. Meanwhile, the WWE's weekly television shows suffer as the WWE struggles to build compelling stars or push stars that the fans actually care about. Next up, AEW is moving, and why it's moving. Reports are coming in that All Elite Wrestling is moving its base of operations out of Daly's Place Arena, its home for much of 2020. You may recall that the arena is used by the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars, which is owned by Shad Khan, who also owns AEW, as its practice field, and that AEW has run a number of shows there during the pandemic. However, that appears to be changing. In an exclusive report, Bodyslam.net's Cassidy Haynes noted, "After speaking to my sources within AEW, it sounds as though the company will be calling Miami home for the month of February. AEW will record several weeks of Dynamites and Dark tapings and their upcoming Revolution pay-per-view in Miami before returning to Jacksonville in March." Now, it may seem odd that AEW would move its shows for just a month, but as Haynes explains, the promotion feels there are at least two important reasons for doing so. Additionally, I was told that there have been some complaints about wrestling in the sub-freezing weather in an outside venue, which likely plays into the company's decision to move production to a warmer location. Plus, it was noted that a change of scenery would be good for everyone's morale. While wrestling promotions have lost money for not being able to run shows in front of large crowds of paying fans, there have been cost savings from not having to travel or rent various venues, as was the practice before the pandemic. Moving the show to Miami will likely add some costs, but the benefit of improving morale could help. It's also possible that AEW feels a warmer climate and the change of venue could bring in more fans, as ticket sales in Jacksonville have been stagnant of late, according to various reports. The move also appears to have led to a rescheduling of AEW's Beach Break special episode of Dynamite. Haynes reports it appears the show has been moved from January to February. Next up, Seth Rollins' unusual tribute to Brodie Lee. As Brodie Lee's fellow wrestlers continue to remember their friend, WWE superstar Seth Rollins decided to honor Lee by naming a workout routine after him. Rollins, who posts online fitness videos on the Dead Boys Fitness Instagram account, began the video with a poignant speech about what John Huber meant to him. First thing I want to say is it breaks my heart that we're even making this video and that this workout even exists. But as most of you know, a good friend of ours, Brodie Lee, passed away recently. Some of you may know him as Luke Harper or John Huber. I knew him as Brodie, Big Brodie, and in the CrossFit community we dedicate workouts to heroes, and Brodie was a hero to me, to his friends, because of how loyal he was and how funny and kind and generous he was, but more importantly, he was a hero to his family. That's where his heart was, to his boys and his wife. Rollins detailed what the Brodie Lee tribute CrossFit workout consists of. Get ready to do some heavy deadlifts, some bike, and one single burpee at the end, just cause I know it would piss him off. Have you guys tried the workout? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, a fan creates an amazing Brodie Lee artwork. And last but not least, as we just saw, Brodie Lee's untimely passing has led to an amazing outpouring of love and respect from the wrestling community. Now a talented artist in the UK has added to many tributes in Brodie's honour. David Speed just finished a beautiful mural of Brodie Lee, posting a picture of it on Instagram with the message, "Rest in peace Brodie Lee." The artwork led to current AEW star Miro tweeting, "Wow, wow, wow. For Brodie, the greatest." It's likely that this is only the beginning of fans and wrestlers finding ways to honour the memory of Brodie Lee. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news, stories and rumours you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for exclusive lists, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.